They just want you to sit in your chair and go hip hip hooray for the Western press and the Western narrative. Regurgitating the same old every single day without this. Please watch the first two episodes, the second season. Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Yeah, everyone, it's footy show tonight. I want all your opinions about this coming Sunday. I want to hear who you'd like to see in the starting lineup. Really, see, we can take out. We have to be honest. We'll have to take out the likes of Ali, because he hasn't really trained and he's with his wife who's ill. So, we wish you all the best. Get better soon and the usual, right? So anyway, I want all your opinions on who you'd like to see this Saturday. Not Saturday, this Sunday. Sorry. Should be okay. It should be okay. And we'll talk about yesterday's game as well. But before that, I'd just like to say a big thank you for Gap Painting Services for sponsoring the Frank Carlyle show. The fully time served lads. There's no cowboys. I've had enough of them lately. Fully insured. 5-star rating. Everything about these lads. I've had them in myself even before they started sponsoring me, and they were very reasonable. Honestly, they were very reasonable. And if you're an NHS worker, you get a special discount. Do not struggle coming home from work and trying to finish off a job. Get these in. The job will be finished for you. No problem. Let them start and finish and you'll be delighted. If you're an elderly person, please don't struggle trying to, spruce up your house. Just get these lads in and you get a special discount. That's Gap Painting Services. Absolutely wonderful people. They really are. And we've got to support our small businesses. We really have to. Honestly, we do. We have to just support them. I'll tell you another small business to support. And these lads. Well, not lads. It's a man and wife. That scarf or a badge. And they've got great stuff. I had one on last night for the post-match thing. Brilliant. I've got one on now myself, this particular shirt with the badge here. Little badge there. That scarf or a badge, quality stuff, dead reasonable prices. Just go and see Mick Dean, Mike Dean, Michael Dean, whatever one you call them, and Miss Shell's lovely wife, and they look after you. And if you can't get to the shop, just hatscarforabadge.com and get your gear in. Quality stuff. And support our small businesses. And they're back on. And it's see, it's a second. See, hang on, Frank. I can't see because can't see. Have a look at it in a moment. Hello, Frank. Hello, Edmund. And chat. See. The old mate, Steve Mulholland. Hey, Edmund. Frimpong has been getting a lot of praise after yesterday. Love him. Edmund. He's brilliant. The mince pie man. Hello, Frankie. How you doing? Edward. Hello, Stephen. Hope you're a good mate. My old mate Paul Burke as well. Blimey, where are you now? Are you in Tenerife or somewhere? He's always away in. He's always away. Because even Franco and chat says, yeah, Paul Burke, big red, like us all. And as Callum says, 5 days. I'll tell you something about my granddad. And as Stephen says, and you're quite correct there, Stephen, no one is missing the number 66. No one is missing him at all. I go along with it. The first match preview of the season. Yes. And Sleepy, evening one and all. And as it says, Rio looks good. Hopefully give Gapco some competition. I was watching it yesterday, obviously. I watched the 2 games. And he started off on a blazer there, but he faded out a little. And that's like playing in front of huge crowds. And also, it's a lot quicker. That's why he's been getting some chances during pre-season, and that was a pre-season game, and it's only to get him up to fitness. The lad. But he will make an impact. He'll definitely make an impact, because, at some point. And he will play in the Premiership, but I think it'll be more starts in that in the cup matches, with the exception of the Champions League. But, if you play a lowly side in the Champions League, we're winning 83-0, he'll come on for the last 10 minutes or so. Stephen says, Enzo Canate superb last night, but we need another world-class centre-back. Badly defended set pieces and got caught and out of, got caught on the counter attack. Yeah, we were talking about that after the post-match thing. We were talking about it, to be honest. I'll have to wear my glasses, the other ones. I don't like wearing me. I really don't. I don't really like wearing my reading glasses. I've got to go about my eyes next week, because, as you know, I've got cataracts and mad things like that, and I keep losing letters or words. I had to tell Snapey, and Snapey must have thought I was telling them off. I said, Snapey, don't use big long words for me, because I lose letters, and sometimes I have to guess what the word is, if you know what I mean. But he knew the score anyway. He said, okay. He still uses them, like. What can you say? Johan, because even if Frank and Legends in the chat, hope everyone as well. Barcode FC turned down for the 10th time this transfer window. Sesko is coming to Manchester. Yeah, we told you that though. But then again, I've just been watching Sky, and a fella from Newcastle, the Newcastle for Sky reporter, said that he's accepted Newcastle. So you don't know where you are, unfortunately, with these things, do you? But I think he'll go to United, to be honest, because they're after another player now, aren't they, as well? the Georgies, that is. And George said, hello, Frank and chat, start line up on Sunday for me. Yeah, Mama dash Billy. We knew what you mean. And it's not our mum in goal, is it? Frimpong, Kirkers, Verge, Canate, Sobozlai, Vert, McAllister, Salah, Ekatike, and Cody. I've got to say, I wasn't too good today, to be honest. And I was taking our Sophia up for a share because she's going to Wembley with her mum. Anyway, I said, come down tomorrow and I'll take you for a share. So this is yesterday. So anyway, he came down. I said, Francine, I said, I can't go, honestly. I don't feel too well. So she said, all right, Dad. So I said, yeah, here's my card. Just go and get the shirt. So anyway, I said, who are you getting on? Because, as I said, she wants a Frimpong. And she said, because she was at the match, yesterday. And she said, I think Ekatike is great. And I want him on my shirt. And she couldn't get them on because they ran out of letters. In the shop up in Anfield, they ran out of letters. She wanted Ekatike on. Hello, Johan. He said, I'll just go through these and we'll get cracking, eh? Oh, the lovely Toscana. Ciao, Franco, and everyone. Hope you're all in fine. I agree. I try to support businesses. Unfortunately, the painters are not local to me, and that M62 is a pain of a motorway. It is. They're great lads as well, They actually made me a cup of tea. I said, would you like a cup of tea or coffee, boys? Sit down, behave yourself. And they just said to me, yeah, take sugar and milk. And I went, a drop of milk, no sugar. Yeah, it's a cup of tea. Great lads. Excuse me. Great lads. The Polo Mint. Hi, Frank, from sunny Old Swan. Hi, Polo. Lovely up there. Tell you what, Polo. Do you know where your Tesco is? Well, I knew the chief. I actually took him and some Americans around, their counterparts over in America. Took them around Liverpool and things like that. Sir Terry Leahy. And I said just to Sir Terry, I said, listen, I said, the old the Tesco building that's there, I said, you're chief of it. I said, have a plaque, get a plaque up about a Victoria Cross holder who lived on the site, St. Oswald Gardens, named William Ratcliffe, one of the great heroes of the First World War. And he went, oh. So he said, tell me more about him, but I'll see you. I said, okay, no problem. I said, get a plaque up there. Never ever happened. I'm not blaming Sir Terry because he left. He went to work for the government as an advisor, the Labour government at the time. Not this fella, not this dope. Do you think Isak will still happen? Yes. Yes, it's going to happen. That's why, you're getting all these pods just going on about Isak. It's going to happen. And we know this. Because, as Johan mentioned, Sesko, going to Man United, they're looking at another fella, and they're looking at that Wisser fella as well. So they're bound to get one in. There's no way, but they can't keep hold of a player who doesn't want to play for them. It's like Liverpool. Liverpool with Coutinho, but you've got to give Coutinho his due. You know, he signed a contract, and he knew that he was going to go, and he went. But he got Liverpool a lot of money, same as everybody else. But the likes of Trent, know what I mean? He deliberately ran his contract down for 2 years after being told by Real, run down your contract and you'll be here with us. So he did, he allowed it, which is terrible. I've mentioned it before, you've all mentioned it before. And it's like Isak. Now Isak, he's getting them a lot of money for him. You can't keep a player who's unhappy. I was at some college teaching, and they were a right bunch of, you know, and I said, I can't work here with this lot, and walked out. You can't work with people that you don't want to be with, no matter what profession you're in. Like, you know, especially if you walk into another job. And he can, you know, he can walk into Liverpool Football Club anytime. So, but it's on. It's definitely on. As I said, I was listening to Sky before, and this fella from the Northeast, this Sky reporter for the Northeast, for the Geordies, he said there's a lot going to happen within 24 and 48 hours. I just leave it at that, to be honest, rather than speculating all the time. But we do need a centre-back. In fact, we need two. Everything's covered, everything. Everything is covered. Except the centre-backs. Callum, I seen the Ramos link, says Edward. And the Snapey says, just lets young bubble nicely. You mean Rio? Namoa. Is that a silent G? Namoa. Bubble nicely as an impact player against tired defences. He'd be like a hot knife through butter. That's a cracking little comment, though. And you're right. Just keep our expectations realistic, exactly, in the short term. But he's a fireball. Yes. Yes. So right. And you're spot on about, honestly, you're spot on about bringing them on and tired defences. Don't forget the like and Real Reds and Johan the Devil. Oh, that lovely, says the red pair. That's lovely. A good centre back is John Ordonez, Ecuador. Is that Johan or John? John Moore or Young? Ecuador centre back. Never heard of him. But you know, I suppose it'll be cheap as well. Polo. Albeit, you know, a lot of us haven't heard of the lads, Ecuador. Big up Red Bird, mate, says Daz. Big up Daz, mate, says the Red Bird. Edward says, Frank, different people say different things on the internet, they do. Of course, that. How many times have I come on? I've just said we're going to get Isak. I said that weeks and weeks ago. So we're getting this lad named Isak from Newcastle. You know, some people will. And the reports coming out, Isak doing a U-turn. God loves a dreamer. There you go. Even if he does. If our Sophia thinks Ekatike is great, I'm on some on the back. His name. I'll do, mate. And Polo said, "What are you on about, Redbirds?" Better to tell you. Buonasera, Franco, and chat. Hope you are all well. Yes, they're all well. They're all happy commenting. And the Redbird says, Snapey, Toscano, Polo, Callum, George, Stephen, big up all, says the Redbird. Not lovely. And as the Redbird says, Bella in the house. Certainly. And Zaz, before he goes, that is, he tells us there, run with it, and goes, then comes back again. Anyway, my 11 for Sunday. Oh, they are. Look, see, he spelt it out. Mama Dash Billy, Frimpong, Ibu, Virgil, Kirkes, Maka, Dom, Vert in the 10. Yeah. And Darwin, Code. Go away. Go away. You want Darwin to be playing? I don't know whether he's, I don't know whether he'll be playing, going or what. I just don't know. I always remember when Torres left. Do you ever remember Torres? I know the score about Torres, by the way. Fernando, great. Loved him. Everybody loved me, El Nino. Thing is, people were all going, look at him, he's training on his own, doing bad vibes and when he was leaving for Chelsea. And it wasn't like that. Because Chelsea said, don't have him training with you. He could get injured. So they just left him to train on his own for a few days until everything was sorted out. And we got 50 million. He was, and this is what some fans were saying, look at him training on his own, the rat and all this nonsense. He was forced out, let me tell you. So, Redbird, where's Raw? He'll be along. He was on last night, calling you for everything, Taz, mate. Calling you for everything. Where's that Taz Reynolds gone? Where is he? Snapey, there's a strong hint that Isak's agent was at Anfield last night. And there's a strong hint saying that it was that kid, well, Mr. Sitter. I don't know, forget his name. The 17-year-old, his agent was there from Salford. And the people were getting mixed up with it. So you can take your choice. But I was told that he was there last night and everything was getting put in place today. Don't forget that he's already accepted the wages. He's accepted everything from Liverpool. Everything. And it's only now to dot the I's and cross the T's, as they say. And it's just letting Newcastle just say, well, okay, you can go now. To the lad. But that's what I was told. That he was there, not just him, but a couple of them. His agents, and he has his agents, and he's got a manager as well, who manages everything, like his finances. So they were there today. That's what it's, and a medical. See, as I said, that fella on Sky from the Northeast, He said there's a lot going to be done within the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, yesterday I was told that a medical is imminent this week for him after today. And he's up at Newcastle now, isn't he? He's talking to Howe. As I say, Kuna for Wolves signed contract this year just before he got sold, unlike Trent. Yeah, loads of them have done it to get the club money. And he's a scouser. We nurtured him. And he went out with ran it down. That's the sickening thing about it. Polo, says the Redbird. Lots of idiots saying Isak on a U-turn. Let them dream, bro. But we know they will end up with nightmares. There's a fucking... Sorry to swear, girl. There's a fair... I don't know what he does, you know. He must be on night work or something. Or he's a fucking delivery fella. You know, one of them delivery people. Around 1:30 every morning. They're fucking with that pump, with me motorbike. And he woke me up numerous occasions. And the Polo says, sorry, Redbird, those YouTubers are just clickbait. Of course they are. Of course they are. That's why you never see me with any titles up. I don't need fucking clickbaits. I don't need people to come on. You know, if they want to join us, you know, this great company of ours, fine, just comment. It'll be read out. It'll be read out. Just join us. Great people. Knowledgeable. Hello, Redbird, says Cal. Polo, yep, says the Redbird. And Callum says there's a centre-back and right-back from Benfica called, oh, piss off with you. If it was an Italian name, I might be able to pronounce it. It's like snaky. Aru always that. It's silent, yeah, isn't it? Well, anyway, there's a centre-back, right-back from Benfica called it. Well, there's a left-back, and he can play left-sided centre-back. And I would have loved him. And that's Incapi. Incapi's a fantastic player. Great defender. I would have loved to have got him. And all it would have been sold. It would have all been sold. Redbird. Hello, Frank. Did you forget me, eh? Did you forget me? And Callum says, Nunes will be gone by Sunday, I reckon. One thing, you know, Nunes gave us all 100%. He tried. Al Darwin, the Anfield Roar. Good evening, Frank Carlyle. She's watching me drinking all that. Good evening, Raw, mate. Good to see you. So big up, mate, says the Taz. Evening, Raw. Evening, Frankie Lights. Frankie Lights. Taz likes to check in other streams if they're alive as well as popping in on yours, Frank. Nothing wrong with that, Taz. No, says to their bit. No, of course not. No, I do know that, by the way. It's just like I've seen the bear, the Scottish bear, the other day. I popped into a stream, which was like the Irish lad, some Irish lad. He said, I'll see you then. I said, okay. Scottish, okay, mate. And the Anfield all say, Johan, all right, lad. Yeah, safe from the Anfield. Is it all letting off? Is it all letting off to one another? That's good. That's really good. Snapey says, Chelsea paid twice the price for a quarter of the player in Torres. Personally, I thought selling it to Chelsea was a masterstroke by us. But I just can't get over when Roy took us away. The odds. And you get the likes, fucking hell, that seconds, mate. Remember that? I couldn't call Chelsea. Jeez. George says, well, for you, Johan, why would Donnarumma leave European champs to join the Manx? I could name that because they need a goalkeeper. That fella they've got, fucking hell. Yeah, he's a great goal. I like Donnarumma, actually. He's the Azori keeper. But I don't know why he wants to leave. He wants to leave. Because they reckon they've got a better keeper. You see, the way people now, players, top players, all as they want is Champions League football. They want to play on the biggest stage. And people who are going to Manchester, United, that is, obviously, they think that they will make it back into the Champions League. That's what I think anyway. Why they're going there. The fraud's here now. Who's the fraud? Who's the frauds? Who the fuck are they? I'm not sure if it was Isak's agents. You can't rely on most reports, says the Red. No, that's what I was saying before. But you get tweets, you get comments, you get everything, so you don't really know. And then it doesn't matter. In other words, it doesn't matter. Frank, who is the favourite Italian football team? My favourite, you mean? You'll have to let me know, Polo. My favourite, or in the Italian league itself, the favourite. So, if you're talking me, I have two, but it's only through to my family. My family, that's Inter Milan, and also Napoli. But that's only through family ties. The Italian side of my family. And I've been to both places, by the way. I've been to the Napoli ground. Fantastic. The atmosphere. Been to the San Siro. Been there when Lando scored. Champions League. And do you know what the beauty of it was? After the game, when the whistle blew, and Liverpool were going off, the Inter fans were applauding us. They were sick there going out, you know what I mean? Sick. Wasn't so much from Juve when we put them out. In Turin, Anfield says, Taz Reynolds, I'll have some of that be boss lad. I was beginning to think I was a plazzy then. Having a clue what you're talking about. We need to sign 2 centre-backs, in my opinion, of course. Anfield, Taz Reynolds, I didn't get the pin, that. I like that. They're best. All right. All right, put it out. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. And this is your answer, George said. He's probably using us to get a stronger contract. He's down to his last year. I don't think he's going to sign for us or that we're in for him. That's your one. That's a Man U fan. And Barry says, hey Barry, even as Sir Frank and chat, do you think Naomi could be moulded into a centre-back moving forward? See, I was looking at it and I thought, and don't forget they were playing the second string. Naomi, as good as he was yesterday, and as good as he has been as well, if you look, he's very slight. Now, imagine him playing in the Premiership. Imagine him. He's easily been knocked off. These are big, strong fellas, like trains. I think he needs to be built up a lot more. But he's there and thereabouts. And he will, like Rio, he will get game time. But especially in the Cup. It's been nurtured into him and Rio. But the other lads, unfortunately, they didn't like, how can I say this without sounding negative or, against these lads. They're only kids. But you can see who are going to be at that level, at that age. And we all know about young Rio and Naomi. They're only kids. Yet you can see the level that they are now at that age. And they can only get. Sorry about this fucking thing. Sorry about it. You don't know how it is, honest, it's terrible. See, to be honest, Barry, to mould him into a centre back, he has to look at the size of Virgil and Keramati. Look at the size of Joe Gomez. Big, strong lads. So I think he should keep him as a midfielder. A small mention for young Tyler Morton and good luck, lad, in your new move. Oh, good luck, lads, in your new move to Lyon. Really pleased with the lads. He was nice to our kid. our kids' kids at an event once. That's lovely, that. But we knew, didn't we, that he was going to be gone. Like young Clark, you know. Johan, good call. He is looking to get a bigger contract at PSG. Lord, did you see it? Says, oh, yeah, that's lovely, that. About what you said about your kid. Yusuf, I think Yusuf, I've seen you for a while. I can't brand this fucking thing. If you have my complaint, it's just itchy. Just itches. Do you know when you get an itchy nose and you're like that, aren't you? It's horrible. It's what it's like. Constantly. Both nostrils. How many minutes does Rio get under his belt this year? Says Yusuf, God knows. He'll get a lot of minutes though. I think he'll start games as well. Especially in the cup, you know, like the Caribbean Cup and FA Cup. The Anfield. Can you, Frankie Lights, hit the likes and subscribe, please? Frankie, algorithms are getting a little shriveled up. Thank you. Have you seen the way, you know, there's some pods and you go, and before we start, smash the likes and subscribe. That's like demanding to me. I don't demand anything from anybody. And, you know, there's some nice people who say like and subscribe. Anfield. You say. Cans of soft drinks. Put beer backs of him. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah, I've got to go about my eyes as well. Fucking hell, I'm falling to bits. The Anfield. Frankie, this defence issue, we have lacking a sense of that. I wonder if they are planning, is that, moulding Batatic onto that temporary fix. I don't like temporary fixes, to you. Also, they may use Endo and Joe Gomez. I hope not, but I think that's what ends up. A weak defence. But at least Virgil wasn't playing, was he? But we do need centre-backs. If we had a couple of centre-backs, you know, in the back, if Joe Gomez was being fit and, you know what I mean, stays in, was at the level we needed, it would have been great. It would have been all right. You know what I mean. But Batatic, he's injury prone. He really is. And I'm being honest, this is just my opinion, by the way. I don't think he's at the level we need. That's just me. Yusuf, I think Rio will get more minutes than most take. If you're good enough, you're old enough, and Rio is it. Lots of players started their top-tier career early and became great. Every one of them, you know, from Steven Gerrard, Stephen McManaman. Look at Wayne Rooney. And when he was getting brought out, if you know what I mean, a lovely grandparents was bringing him out. Put him on the pitch. I reckon we should get that Jared Brandtwaite off them lot down the road. Be murder. He will be murder. I just leave that. I understand what you're saying, Yusuf, but you've got to be a scouser, to be honest, to understand what. My old dad never forgave Inter for buying the ref against us in the European Cup in the 60s. Never mind your old dad. I was with Tommy Smith. No, what was it, Tommy? Yeah, Tommy Smith. And John Keith was the front runner, the interviewer, and this fella, his old man then, from the Daily Express, a reporter on the game, and Brian Glanville, the lad who's just died. It was about the cheating goal. Inter. But one thing you don't blame are the fans. But I understand that. But they learned a lesson. And then, look, there's loads going, really. But the Italians got caught. Loads of it going all over the place. Yusuf, Red Bearsy should defo start on Sunday against Palace, says Yusuf. Play Rio in the Shield, says Yusuf. There you go. Oh, the Red Bird, thanks Red Bird. They're only talking about fantasy football. Raw and the Jazz. So the Jazz is dazzling the Raw with the fantasy football. I'm sorry about this. I've got to answer this. I'm awfully sorry about that. I've got to answer this. That's an answer. Spirits of LFC fans. Hi Frank, hiya Spirits. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining tonight. Really, thank you. And the Redbird says, Yusuf, I agree, lad. Polo. Did you ever see Baresi, Maldini, Costa Curta, Donato? I've seen them at Anfield. I support the Azzurri. I don't know whether you know that, Polo, but I support the Azzurri. I've done since I was a little kid. Even Arteta said, "What are you supporting them for? You're English." And I went, "No, I'm not." It goes mad. but he's got a soft spot for them anyway. But anyway, I went down, and honestly, I had a navy blue silk shirt that was beautiful. Do you know the Euro 90? Was it the 90? It was the 90s, wasn't it? The 90, Euro 90. And he has a pair of linen KDs on. Right, so I was walking down, and I'm going, and it gets in the ground, and I had my ticket. I had my ticket, and it was for the Kenny's Dalglish stand, but it was just the Kemmerlin Road then. And this fella, you know, he looked out, and I was tanned as well. I just got back from somewhere, and I was tanned. So anyway, I was going, and as I was going in, this fella went out, and I went, so looked at it, do you know what he followed me up for? And he went, come, you come, me, you come, me. So anyway, and I realised he thinks I'm an Italian, you know, Italian. So anyway, he brought me to this row because he was having me ticket, and he went, one, you know, right, you know, he said, this row there, and he went, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 seat. Walk 8 seat. He kind of went, all right, mate, thanks. And he went, oh, for fuck's sake. Honest. Thought you were Italian. I said, yeah, well, I'm supporting them anyway. That's why I'm in the colours. It was not that funny, but there was a couple of fellas sitting at the end, you know, the ends. They were all scousers just going to match. And they were laughing their heads off. It was good, that. Mr. Bear, I mentioned you before, Bear. The Scottish. Yeah, Polo, I'll just get back and go Scottish. Honestly, Donadoni was brilliant. Paolo Maldini, oh, unbelievable. And our kids used to call me Baresi. They always call me Franco Baresi. You know, because the name Franco Baresi, honestly, still does know today. Costa Curta was brilliant as well. They were a great side, you know. Great they were. And that's where they were playing here. That was where, you know, they had the matches. And I think we got beat by the Czech Republic. Sick it was. But Donadoni was absolutely outstanding going down that wing. I got to see Baresi, the Bolton Baresi in Nat Phillips. 6 years. The Bolton Baresi. And the Bear says, I enjoyed yesterday's both games. Entertaining. Yeah, they were. They were. But I was going to do a watch along, and I thought, fuck, I couldn't get everything up. Jason, you know, the producer, he was away, you see, and not away. And he said, I said, Jason, I've got to do it for next, you know, the Palace game. He said, no problem. So everything's fixed up for the Palace game to do a watch along if you're there not going. And you're watching us on the telly. So watch me on the watch along. Should be fun. Barry says, just thought he was quick and has the pace at the back. Obviously, he is still young. Yeah, you're talking about Naoni. He might have pit, but you've got these big lads. who were also very pacey as well. But, you know, great promise there. Excellent promise. But I've seen nothing like that young Rio. Just burst on the scene like I don't know. Incredible. Yeah, so say all of us there, Bear. So say all of us. From the Red Bear Towers as well. Lovely. Red Bird surgery Thursday. Hopefully it goes well. Oh, come on. You've got to let us know, you know. And I mean that. Even send a text to somebody so they, you know, if you've got anyone's phone, just send a text. If you can't come on, please. Just keep us all informed. And Ambidextrous says, hello, Ambidextrous. Naomi could stretch like Van Dijk did, yeah. But he's got to stretch every other way, hasn't he? Out. Out. That's great, that. Ambidextrous. I love it. The Bear. Frank, I like the look of the tea cake fella. He tired the second half, but played well in the second half. The tea cake fella. Was that a tea cake? I was saying before, Bear, I bought my daughter, my granddaughter, Sophie, a shirt, you know, new shirt. She's going down to Wembley, you know, for the Palace game. So I said to her mother, I'll buy her a shirt, come down. Okay. But anyway, I gave her my card. She bought the shirt and she wanted Ekatike because she was at the game herself yesterday. And she wanted Frimpong on her first. And then she said, I like Ekatike because he was rolling it and he didn't buy it. He didn't buy it. 13-year-old girl, don't buy me, can't have. She's determined, but they couldn't put it on because they ran out of letters. Once a week, they get deliveries of letters to the shop. Isn't that pathetic? Because Francine phoned me up from the shop, I couldn't go. And she said, Dad, it was heaving. And she got a fine. She parked when we went up for, you know, the tribute to Diogo. I put something down, you know. And she just parked there, facing the shop, you know, that little road. And I said, did you park there? She said, yeah. Because it's only there, the shop. She got a parking ticket. Not only here, a lot of others as well. So they made a killing, the council today. Tea cake. I like that. Simon. Hey, Simon, where have you been? Been worrying about you. Everyone. Poor Johan's been saying, I don't know what's happened. Anyway, even if Franco, I think a priority, apart from filling the gaps into it, is to get the bottom of why for 2 years they can't defend set pieces. Canate can't defend without fouling, and Gomez too injury prone. Yeah, and this was the worry we were on last night. And this is the worry, you know, about set pieces. But you're right. And the Bear. Hit the like button for Frank, says the Bear. Thank you, Bear. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, you know, when people say that. I really do, but be nice for people to hit the like, you know, even if you don't like it, just hit it for the sake of hitting the like, for the algorithm, as the Outfield Raw says, and the Red Bird. Simon, the likes of Rio, people need to cool the jets. The kid is 16 years old, a lot of growing to do. He is going to need 18 months to be first team regular, provided there is progression. Don't want another Rob Jones. Poor Rob has something wrong with his shins, splintering all the time, putting him in a hell of a lot of pain. It's good, Rob Jones. Bear, I remember you said it last week. I've been and will continue to pray for your recovery. Me too. Me too. Thanks, my lad. I appreciate that, says the bear to the Red Bear. Bella. Franco, my favourite football team is Palermo FC, but LFC is my heart. That's lovely. Palermo, Sicilia. Yeah. I wanted to go there. I can't go. The doctors have ordered me. I was going to go to Cepolu and for a couple of weeks, go to Palermo on a couple of occasions, being ordered by the doctor. He said, you've got to get better first before you go anywhere. So I said, oh, okay. Palermo. Wasn't Franco Zola born there, or was that Cagliari? Or did he just play for Cagliari? Franco Zola. Great. Mamadashvili, Kirkes, Van Dijk, Kanate, Frimpong, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, Gapco, Ekitike, Salah, start, says Callum. And Callum must be going, mustn't he, with a 3-1 win. Well, they score from a set piece. That centre forward that Newcastle are after. And the Red Bird says, Bear, I can't see you on chat on my phone, but I can see on TV. Weird. And Simon says there has been too much pressure on our kids in the past. Owen was a prime example, overplayed. Excuse me. His hamstrings were gone at 24. Rob Jones signed from Crewe, aged 18. Shin splints. Mentioned that before. At 21, never the same player. I understand, but this little fella's a bull, isn't he? He's a strong little bull, if you know what I mean. But I understand about, concerns and from other young players. But when you look at other players like Steven Gerrard, and I mentioned Wayne Rooney, David O'Kay, Stevie McManaman, Robbie Fowler. These are all lads. And even the old Liverpool like Chris Lawler and Jerry Byrne, unbelievable. Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith ran through walls and everything. But I know, like today's is totally different. Ian Rush getting kicked to death. Ian Rush, look at him. Fernando Torres getting kicked to death. And these all come through when they were young, you know. All come through when they were the red birds. I can see you on both. This YouTube is weird, bro. I nearly get banned on YouTube, you know, on my special, you know, the conspiracy theory show. I'm gonna have a list up about the conspiracies. What I'll be doing, what you want me to do. You know, delve into it. You know, from the moon lanterns to JFK to Marilyn Monroe to John Lennon, you know, things like that. You want me to do it, but I'd have to do it the following week because I'll be doing something totally different this week on Friday night. And Simon says, my concerns for the season 3-fold. 1, the team are set up versus offensive and lack of. Well, I wanted him anyway. But people were saying about Enzo. Enzo was great, you know, in pre-season. Makes them open to counters. 2, Salah at AFCON, yes, from December to Jan. Defence Virgil is 34, and I don't trust Canate / Gomez. Now, don't forget, you know, Simon's a red. He has opinions just like us all. You know, so if you just see it, to be honest, the likes of Virgil, he can play forever. But I understand, no matter what age you are, you do slow down. And Virgil, as you said, you know, 33, 34, is slowed down, but he's a stalwart. He's unbelievable. He's a fantastic, and he organises the defence. And Canate, we can't afford to let him go. We really can't, Simon. If he goes, who we've got that Nello lad. Nello, was it? Who came on yesterday, you know, in the second match. I've seen it for the under-21s. I don't like criticising kids, but he's not at a level we really need. So he's out of the equation. Back in the mid-70s, both Napoli and Fiorentina wanted my cousin to sign for them, even going to the family home, but he turned them down as he wanted to be a doctor. He's a Fiorentina fan as well. Yeah. I could have signed for Liverpool, but I wanted to be a podcast in the future, if you know what I mean. And if you believe that, you believe anything. You all wanted to play for, you know, growing up here. You all wanted to play for Liverpool or Everton. Medieval Knievel. You can't make these names up, can you? Even in chat. Hi, Frank. Oh, Med, I'm going to call you Med. Oh, there's Mia back. Hey, Mia. Cara Mia. Mia. Cara Mia. Hello, babe. Hey, Mia. I'm here, Mia. Got a cousin named Mia, actually. Hi, Mia, says the red bird. Mia, hi, red bird. That is Christopher. Hi, Frank and everyone. Like and subscribe, says Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. Mille grazie. And the red bird says, the thing is, it don't matter if you put Ekatike on backwards, it's still the same. Palindrome, yes. So come on, boys and girls. What's happening? Me, red bird, I love Ekatike. I won't stop hyping him up. Like my granddaughter. She loves him because he ran past it on the pitch. I make these things up. The base is Frank. Oh, good. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll be fine. I remember you said to me on the Irishman channel that your granddaughter was going to the game. Yeah, and she's going down to Wembley as well. And I bought her a shirt today, as you know, most probably you know by now. And she just loved it. And you know what? You know the irony? When they were coming up, they stayed for the 2 games, and she said, we couldn't get anything to eat there. They ran out of food in Anfield. So they couldn't get anything. Anyway, coming home, they went to Chippy in the queue for ages. And they got chips. I don't know what Francina was. But my little granddaughter, Sophie, got sausage and chips. So what is he? I said, sausage and chips. And the mother, this is today, and the mother said, tell him what happened. Tell your granddad what happened. She said, as she was walking down, she opened the thing, the tray, and she was eating a few chips, and the sausage fell off. Fell off into the road. She said, but the chips were lovely, because it was hungry, It's great, honestly. It's a great kid. Tuscana says, Canate needs to make his mind up if he's staying or going. Otherwise, we'll be scrambling for cover in the last minute. Yes. I think he's staying, to be honest, Toscan. Definitely staying. Rio is 17 in September. I don't think Slot will overplay any of the youngsters, no. I think he's got that mindset as well, hasn't he? Not to overplay or whatever. I tell you what, yesterday though, the beginning of the match, the beginning of the show, didn't half get to me. Great tribute. And that Francine said those Bilbao supporters were great, Dad. They really were great. You don't see that on the telly, do you? Applauding the players as well. The Bilbao players. The Red Bird. Rio say, Simon, I'm back, Franco. Thank you for the kind words, guys, but I'm only a small cog. All you guys make the show successful. Thank you. But so do you. So do you. Everyone does. Our girls, love our girls. And Barry says, good luck, Bear. You won't need it. You'll be back ribbing Redbird soon enough. and the Enfield Road. He's gone, and the Enfield Road's gone. But mind you, he got all them beers. And the red bear, Simon, we need all the cogs to make the wheels turn. That's what it needs. Take a cog out, just stops. The wheel stops. Tea. Even in Frank and chat. Evening tea. Nice one. Thanks for joining us. And Scottish says, the bear says, the like algorithm helps grow Frank's channel to subscribe. So subscribe and like the channel. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it, honest. That's it. And our lovely mate says, we never keep clean sheets. We always find a way to concede. Not a truer word spoken. And we do. We do. Was it their equaliser in this second match? Well, I don't know what one of those. And it was just, yes, second match, and it was just left in the middle of the goal, the cop end. And he was on his own, the ball came to. No one was there in the middle. They were trying to block some other fella. Just as well he did then, didn't he? To make it 1-1. Christopher. Frank, nobody is on the telly. Frank, nobody is on the telly soon. Thought it was on film for tonight, but it's not. The new sequel is out very soon. Oh, okay. Nobody is on the telly soon. Thought it was on film for tonight, but it's not the new sequel. Yeah, I've looked at. I'm sorry about that, Christopher. I got that bloody text thing. Anyway, honestly, I looked at the trailer of the new one, Nobody 2, and it didn't appeal to me for some reason. Because Nobody was a fantastic film. Excellent film. And he carries on by saying James Milner was 16 when he first played for Leeds. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. So right there. And Callum to Mia. Yep, Mia, the Liverpool way to concede. But when you think Slot would have tightened the defence up, I think that was a priority. We've conceded. We've conceded in every game, haven't we? Every pre-season. Except Preston. Toscana says, Zola is from Sardinia and played for Cagliari. I felt sorry for Mary Decker when she got clipped. Oh yeah, by the little South African girl. I was in the Olympics, Mary Decker, but she was crying all the time. But what was her name? Little South African, Lola, her name was. and she was 17 years of age, and they gave her stick. They said it was deliberate and everything. That ruined her career, that ruins Lola's career, the young South African girl. And it was shocking what they did after Mary Deckard. You know, it happens. It happens. Been to Sardinia, been there, great place, but there's nothing there. I wanted the Roman ruins. Nothing there. Yeah, I know he played for Cagliari, but I was wondering if he was from Sardinia. Yeah, he must have been. Must have been from around there, Cagliari. Yeah, their first goal from set pieces was miles offside, and if VAR was used, it would have counted. But still, we struggled on set pieces, says the lovely Mia. Go along with that, Mia. The Redbird says, Mia, we are such a friendly team. We like to give the opposition a chance. So I always remember Bob Paisley, saying once, the sports journalist asked him a stupid question. And he said, but if they score 5, we'll score 6. We'll score 6 if they score 5. I always remember him saying that. He wasn't far off with that, actually. Napoli, interesting history, goes back to 1905. That year, an English sailor named William Potts and his friends Hector M. Bale founded the Naples Football and Croquet Club. I think they played croquet with fans as heads, opposition heads. I went there. I was in Sorrento on a holiday, and this fella thought I was a lunatic because I was, Liverpool were playing on the Sunday, in the, watching it in the bar. And he said, "You have to come with me on Wednesday to see Napoli." I think they were playing Sampdoria. And he said, "No, you please come." And I went. And I was like that, jumping up and down. And he was telling all his mates, "Look at it. It's English. Liverpool." I was like a Napoli supporter. We have this. Oh, do you know that he's on the same wages as Curtis Jones? I don't know who's giving them contracts out. He's awful. Simon, please try and enjoy the fact we are champions. The league is frightened of us. Chill, bro, says George Sipp. As I said, boys, it's all opinion. And good opinions, actually. I think Simon's worried, not to rush these people in. Nurture them. That's what Klopp did with Trent, wasn't it? Nurture them. And Mia says, like he runs in concrete boots, Ben. Mia with laces under. So not many a time, haven't you, a little trip? And your laces have been undone. Simon. Franco, I like open and honest debate. As you said, I'm a genuine fan. Of course you are. And the genuine concerns, of course, we all are. This is why they're going on now. Everybody, all of us, about centre-backs. We're concerned. We are concerned, as you know. Everyone has their own view, but I always want the. So, honestly, I don't know, he was with us last season, and I was blasting Liverpool. I really was. I really was, and when we were playing bad, I said we've got to get out of this. And then I got called negative of other people, not our lads and girls here, but that's the way it is. You get called negative, you get called this, you know. But you know, you can't like. I'm talking not about our group, but you can't criticise. There's me saying, we definitely need, but we're leaking goals, and we are leaking goals, and we need centre backs. Everyone has their own views, but I always want the best for the club. Absolutely, so do I. So does everybody else. Really, do. Agree about Karate. Just worries me. Mia, big up to you. Good to see you, says the bear. Nice. Like that. Oh, I really like that. I like the way he's little. I love the new shirt. It's amazing. Definitely my favourite in recent years. Yeah. I wanted my little granddaughter Sophia to get the away kit, but she said no, want to be seen in red. No going to Wembley. But I'll get her a cream one because I don't half like it. But I will get her a cream one before she goes as well. Might get her it tomorrow. Anyway, Michael, I was offered to sign for Liverpool back in the 70s, but the pay wasn't enough. Konate's bozo gene has bothered me for quite a while, says the Red Pen. And yet Real Madrid's won him. He's a big, strong lad, isn't he? Big lad. I am not a fan of the away kit, says the Bear, but I love this Liverpool away one. Me. I have both, Bear. Rest in peace, the bank accounts. I like that. Rest in peace, the bank accounts. Oh, I love that. That's cracking, that. That's on me. I love that, honestly. Hiya, Frank, says the king. That's true, they did run out of food yesterday. Also, the main stand got evacuated just before the game. Yeah, that's why it was late, wasn't it? Yeah, ran out of food. And that poor Sophia was starving as well. And Francis said to me, so was I, Dad. I said, but you're on a diet. She said, oh, shut up. Shut up, Dad. Simon at George. I've supported LFC 50 years. I've seen the good and the bad and the indifferent. Perhaps I expect too much. For years living in the shadow of Man U, I'm sure Johan would love our position. Besides Man U, I think Man City as well, Honestly. See, as I said, we've got opinions. This Darwin the GOAT, remember, he came on yesterday and he said to me, do you think we should keep Darwin for another season? And everyone was polite to Darwin the GOAT. I think they're taking the piss out of me. I'm not going back there, because they were polite. Callum, Frank, when will George? I don't know. Don't know. Haven't a clue, Callum. Sorry. Don't you like me on my own? Mia, when does everyone start supporting? I remember I started supporting during the cup final versus Cardiff. I think it was. Was it played at Cardiff or playing Cardiff? Not sure. I think the pyramids in Giza. I think the final one was just being finished when I started supporting Liverpool. And hey, you think you're either born a blue or a red. Wow. Yuka. Hi, Frank. Do you believe Liverpool can dominate the league for years to come? I think so. What I seen yesterday, and I mentioned this on my pod, to be honest, Yuka, I said, no one's going to... Look, put it this way. If this team, what we've got now, forget his second minute, if this team were playing Paris Saint-Germain last season, when we beat them 1-0 over there and got them back here, this team that we've got now would have destroyed them. Put it that way. And the team is so young. It's incredible. They're all in their early 20s, mid-20s, early 20s, mid-20s. With the exception, the likes of the Verge. And you don't count goalies with that as well. So, UK could be. Could do. I think we'll dominate for the next 3 seasons. But we've got to keep the momentum up. We really have to keep the momentum. And this is why people now are screaming, and actually screaming out, for centre-backs. Good centre-backs that'll just slaughter. Excuse the pun. The bear says, I was offered a chance to play for Liverpool and challenge Kevin Keegan. If you believe that, Frank's an Everton fan. Oh, blimey. I tell you, young Joe. I think young Joe's good. And he's only small. He's like real small. And that's why I think Joe will go. To be honest, because you can't have like the two same players. I think Elliott will go. He's definitely going in because at the end of the game, I seen him. When he scores, he was kissing the badge and, doing all this. And when the game finished, he went over to each stand. 4 stands. And was clapping them and kissing the badge. So he's definitely going. And the bear, Barry, thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it. That's lovely. King says we needed it, yeah. And 2 centre backs. This is what I'm saying. This is Simon. This is the concern the lads haven't, including myself, including my daughter Francie. We can't defend set pieces. Don't like zonal map, but that's a big army for you. And the backroom staff, they do all that. Don't forget that they're Dutch. Every one of them are Dutch. And if you watch the Netherlands, come on, man. Legs have gone numb. Bear, I don't know what happened, but everything wishing you well. So whatever has happened, hope it gets better. Thanks, Mayor, says the bear. That's lovely. That's really lovely. No need to say thanks, Bear, but all the big red family. Yes. Zola Bud. Zola Bud. Thanks, T. And she got a terror. She's 17. A kid. Because it was an American Mary Decker, this lovely, great white girl. Shocking. Because she came from South Africa. Mind you, apartheid was going on then. But she got lambasted terribly. People were saying it was deliberate. For fuck's sake. Just a classic little foot. Over she went. She should have got up and tried to win it. But he fell on the floor. He could have got up. He's a good, Simon comes out with the quotes. What was she called? Chat. Still in bed. Simon says, did you know the Liverbirds didn't appear on the team shirts until 19? They played in red and white until 19 until Shagley decided on a strip which was completely red. That was the funniest thing I've seen. It like a little joke about that, and he has all the players, journalists, I'm sorry, walking around Ron Yates, because Ron was a big 6 foot old fella. He said, oh yeah, you're lucky, enormous. You're going to terrify. And Ron Yates said, I'm standing there, he said, and all these journalists, and Shankly was like leading the little merry-go-round. You want to look at him. Colossus. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine it today? Incredible. Scouse Red. It was Zola Bud, and she ran barefoot. She did run barefoot, and this is what it's ridiculous. You're right. Forgot to mention that actually. And she got the blame for tripping up Mary Dick. Mary Dick. Scouse Red. Nice one, Scouse Red. Yeah, barefoot. Mia. No, I'm not married. Those months. Why? Question for Frank. What is joking me? Who is the best Liverpool player you have seen ever so far, and who has been the worst? Chelsea was the worst player I've ever seen in my life. You know, people used to say about that Sean Dundee and things like that. The best player, I'll put it this way. When Kevin was leaving, we were all, he's going. Kev's going, what are we going to do? Kevin Keegan, that is. We just won the European Cup for him. And then, the masterstroke by Bob, Sir Bob, when he brought in Kenny. Now, I always said, and when I was on that LFC TV thing, I always said that Kenny Dalglish was the greatest player. But you've got to bear me out on this. Greatest legend to wear the red shirt. And then now it was Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard's a local lad. Great player. Unbelievable talent. So I said, he took over the mantle, I'll just say that, of Kenny Dalglish as the greatest player. But I've got one caveat, Mia, and that is Luis Suarez is the best player ever to put on a red shirt. That's in my opinion. What an incredible talent. An unbelievable talent. Love the man. See, so Barefoot in the Park, who was in that film? Robert Redford, Jane Fonda. Robert Redford, Jane Fonda, beautiful lady. We've seen her now. She's 107 and she still looks lovely. Simon. Liverpool are the first English professional club to have a logo sponsor on the front of their shirt. They started featuring the logo of Itachi in 1979. I didn't know we were the first, to be honest. That's a good one. Thanks, Simon. Mia, we've had so many great players, it's hard to pick one for me, says the Redbird. It's like, I'm a specialist on architecture, Liverpool architecture. And people say to me, what's your favourite building? I can't name them. I cannot name one. So I said to the lad who asked me, the fella, I said, can you name your 5, but not in the order? He said, yeah. So I named them. And he went, you just can't name one. Me. That's a good way to start supporting. I supported Liverpool because one of my granddads was a United fan and one was an Everton fan. And they used to try to get me to support their team. So I went for LFC. Well, my grandmother was, when you little mad kids back in the day, take Francis with you. So, sitting on the chair, and they go on the game Saturday. So reluctantly, I was brought to the game, and getting slaps on the head and everything, going there and coming home. And that's how I became a Red. By the older generation bringing me the game. The Redbird. Me, I love that. It is good little story. Trent Alexander-Arnold's grandma, Doreen Carlyle, was Alex Ferguson's first steady girlfriend. Oh, go away. Well, that's a new one for me. Really? And Nidsit. Hi. Yeah, Nidsit. I don't know what the W is, but there you have it. Beer says, I asked him to keep Nunes when we were 0-0, and Nunes misses an open goal on me and see what he says. Ask him to keep Nunes when we are 0-0 and Nunes misses it. He's missed a few open goals, hasn't he? And me said, playing Cardiff in the cup, we won on penalties. Yeah. Excuse me while I rub my eyes. Not this. Scottish Bear. Frank and Sam, I have a hunch. We are going to sign 2 centre-backs, Gay and a replacement for Gerald Quansah. Yeah. It's gone, hasn't he? Before the window shuts and Konate signs an extension in the next few months. Yeah, Konate won't be going like just yet, to be honest. Good shout though, that Bear. Really is. Good shout. Mia says the fact that we managed to win 2 Prems during the City dominance is amazing. Arsenal take notes. City were a great side. Phenomenal. But who's a thought? But where they are now? Who's a thought that? Christopher King, that evacuation was a test. They announced it just before the match. None of the fans left. LFC _Josh. Hey, Josh. Evening, mate. Hope all as well. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Josh, for joining us. I really mean that, honestly. Because if you comment, well, you've just heard, like, but comment, give your opinion. Who would you like to see playing on there? You know, we know that Mamardashvili is going to be playing. That's a foregone conclusion. But who would you like to see? You know, outfield. Would you like to see Conor Bradley play from the start? Or would you rather have Frimpong there? You know, things like that. Frank, that's the beauty of your shows. We can agree, disagree. But at the end of the day, wherever it's said and done, we all respect and learn from one another. You don't get an open forum anywhere else. Fact. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Simon. UK, thank you. I agree. Salute to you. Oh, thanks, UK. Thank you. UK. That's an unusual name, that. I'm usually good at names, you know. I know where they originate from. I was watching. I'm doing a thing on not football. It's current affairs. I'm gonna get Jay to put these things on, and they're incredible. You know, by Americans. For example, they say, why do the Brits speak our American language? Why don't they speak European ones? Because that's where they are in Europe, I believe. That's what they say. That's sweet. And I'm going to show things like that. Just for you know, to on the show. Incredible. I showed Francine before, my daughter. I said, have a look at that. She just shook her head. One fella said, I apologise to everyone. These are tweets. I apologise to everyone. I've just Googled and Scotland is a country. I thought Scotland, wasn't it? And another one. Honest. The greatest American ever to live wrote the Bible. And his name is his Lord Jesus. Think about that. He said, no, he was a Yankee. Jesus. He said, work in the Middle East. Michael, mind you, the position Liverpool offered me didn't help left back behind the goal post. Right back behind the goal post. Right back on the cop. Used to be a saying, didn't it, Michael? Scottish, says Simon. Totally agree. Apologies. This team has so much potential to do what Fergie did with the team of 92. I just want total domination and to win everything and shut up the biased media. Callum. Fabrizio Romano has come out. We are after an 18-year-old Leone from Atalanta. Well, that's potential. I think the likes of that Gay, I don't know how you pronounce this lad's name. And, from Palace, get him. He's like a ready-made. Whereas the likes of that, as you said, Leone, I've never heard of him. 18 years of age. He could be potential. Should have got in Cappy. Brilliant. And for Ron, Daz Reynolds, you still here, lad? I accidentally deleted that pin, lad. I'm going to finish, boys. I have to. It's on here. Ever since that motorbike woke me up this morning. Boss. Greetings, FC and chat. We will only know when it starts. 17 players already loaned out or sold this summer. Wage bill reduced. Side looks top heavy at the moment. It's only pre-season. Let's see. Great comment. I'm absolutely knackered, boys and girls. I really am. My eyes are going. Michael says, mind you, the position they offered me at Liverpool didn't help. Left back behind the goal posts. That's me. Thank you so much for joining little old me. I've been great tonight. Some great comments. Some great team picking, but it's the usual 11 that we all agree with. Every one of us agrees with it. And on that wonderful note, I'll just say good night. I'm doing the history of English tomorrow. The history of English. It's good. You don't realise what books you've read in the past, or even when you were at school learning to read, how it evolves today. You know, these great vision actors, lots of vision. Be doing that tomorrow night. I'll be doing the history show, the normal history show, which would be good. Friday, it's the Ranting and Raving, is it? Show. So on that wonderful note, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. To our lovely two girls, ci vediamo, cara mia. And to you, all you English loving Scousers and non-Scousers, hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see some of you on Friday and on Saturday morning for the film and TV review. Mille grazie. Ciao. Ciao.